While some people follow a path, others build it. This is a woman who built hers. Professor Uche Veronica Amazigo, daughter of a humble driver from Enugu State, Nigeria. She earned her PhD in Vienna. She could have stayed there, comfortable and celebrated. Instead, she came back home to face a disease called river blindness, a disease no one else had solved. Before her, there was no model for this, no blueprint. Health workers couldn't reach the villages that needed them most. So, she designed something the world had never tried, training villagers to deliver their own treatment. No playbook to follow. She wrote the playbook by herself. The result became the World Health Organization's own strategy, and she was placed on its helm, one of the few Africans to ever lead a specialized United Nations agency. Over 98 million people were treated across 24 countries in a single year. One woman's idea transformed healthcare system in the whole of Africa. Harvard honored her, and Prince Mahidol Award crowned her. The University of KwaZulu added her name to that category of honors. Ladies and gentlemen, Professor Uche Amazigo.
I am in Durban today because I have been greatly honored and very fortunate to have been awarded the prestigious degree of Doctor of Science honoris causa by this great university, primarily for my work in combating river blindness, onchocerciasis, in sub-Saharan Africa. I should like to take this opportunity to thank the Chancellor, the Council, and Senate for this great honor. To borrow the words of a famous British scientist, I have been recognized because I was lucky to stand on the shoulders of giants. In my case, the studied shoulder include those of a weary 19-year-old Nigerian mother, Agnes, standing hand in hand with brilliant African and international scientists, donors, the World Health Organization, the World Bank, committed politicians, dedicated non-governmental development organizations, and millions of ordinary Africans who have to cope with river blindness on a daily basis. Without the cooperation of the young Agnes and her willingness to express the sheer desperation of her plight, the horror she endured, and her sense of hopelessness when I met her in 1991, my work, the discovery of the importance of onchocercal skin lesions, and my contributions through the World Health Organization TDR research, highlighting the burden, especially for women, of incessant itching from skin lesions and the associated devastating social stigma may have gone unrecognized by the international community and the external experts. River blindness is a disease transmitted by small black flies that live near fast-flowing river in fertile farmlands in 30 countries of sub-Saharan Africa. In the early 1990s, 120 million Africans were at risk and 37 million infected. 1.5 million people were blind or visually impaired. Millions suffered from severe maddening itching, leading to lack of sleep, disfiguring rashes, inability to work in farms, social stigma. Infected school-age children lacked concentration in class. Most of you here will already know that there is a need for sub-Saharan Africa to rethink a fundamental approach to health systems delivery. As a distinguished colleague so succinctly put it in a recent article in The Lancet, Despite billions of dollars of aid pouring into countries, delivery systems for health have to be rethought. There is a need to re-examine healthcare service delivery models and strategies, and for each country in sub-Saharan Africa to identify customized delivery framework that will enable hard-to-reach populations to access health interventions. With the exemption of the eradication of smallpox, sub-Saharan Africa continues to be greatly challenged in identifying people-centered health systems. The control of river blindness is the premier example of how to ensure remote African communities can access appropriate, effective health service delivery. The African Program for Onchocerciasis Control, APOC, which I was privileged enough to help set up, direct, and be part of for almost 20 years, is based on a singular, simple tool: mass distribution of a safe and effective drug, ivermectin. APOC's unique delivery system, community-directed treatment, which I was instrumental in the promotion and scaling up, has demonstrated beyond measure the value of empowering communities and engaging a multinational partnership towards a common goal. Disease-affected rural communities, through this partnership, manage what is viewed as many today as Africa's most successful of all public health interventions. The community-directed system can perhaps be adapted and exploited by the new graduates and the new generations to advance health systems service delivery in Africa, especially among the poor. It is an approach in which the distribution and administration of drug to the community is undertaken by the community itself. Communities determine the appropriate time and method of drug distribution that ensures accessibility and maximum coverage in locations underserved by the health services. The approach is implemented by community-directed distributors, the CDDs, individuals chosen by their communities from among their peers, a bottom-up empowerment model. As a famous public health expert recently observed, the idea that rural communities should be involved in their own health, arranging to take and have their neighbors take this drug, ivermectin, that has been a kind of revolution in international public health. In our sub-region, health systems need good and effective delivery systems in which the end users are inclusively engaged and engaged in determining as well as operating those systems. That is the fundamental basis for the success of the River Blindness Control Program in sub-Saharan Africa. Today, there is evidence of eliminating river blindness made possible because of community involvement. I strongly believe, ladies and gentlemen, that health providers in our countries will be working in circles forever unless there is a serious rethinking of health systems delivery. What is even more frightening is the fact that if we do not introduce and fully implement delivery systems that are sustainable in the long term, all our investments and advances in controlling or even eliminating diseases will be lost.
Nigerian doctor Uche Amazigo has received the Prince Mahidan Award for outstanding efforts in public health. Dr. Amazigo recently traveled to Thailand to receive the award. She has been a leader in sub-Saharan Africa in the fight against the disease known as river blindness. The disease begins when people are bitten by the black flies that spread the infection. The disease is known as river blindness because the flies live near fast-moving rivers and streams. Tiny worms spread throughout the body. This incites the body's immune system to attempt to fight the invaders. But the body's intense response can destroy the eye nerves. The infection can cause not only blindness, it also causes a painful skin disease. The cause of river blindness was first identified in Guatemala almost 100 years ago. The disease continues to be a serious health problem in many African nations and in Yemen. Medical treatment lasting as long as 20 years is necessary to keep victims free from the parasite that causes the disease. Dr. Amazigo is a former director of the World Health Organization's African Program for onchocerciasis control. That is the medical name for river blindness. Dr. Amazigo organized local treatment programs in communities. Now, 117,000 communities under 19 African governments treat the disease locally. In 1987, the drug manufacturer Merck launched a program to provide a medicine called ivermectin to everyone affected by the disease. The company said it would provide the treatment for free, as long as necessary, through the community-directed program.